Today's video is brought to you by Card Kingdom. So what happens when you play a bunch of control decks? You forget that you can attack with creatures. Are you looking to upgrade all your Commander decks with all the sweet new stuff from Commander Legends? Well, don't you worry about it, because Card Kingdom has all the Commander Legends products up right now for order at cardkingdom.com. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Historic 101. That's right, we're doing additional historic content this week, mostly because of the new Kaladesh or is it really a new set? It's a re-release. So the re-release of Kaladesh has now brought back our favorite little friend snake, if you would. So this kind of makes it a counter spell deck. A different kind of counter spell, of course. This time we're all relying on +1/+1 counters. That's the whole point of our deck. That's why we've got like Crawling Barrens, Polukranos, and other cards like that. But the things that Kaladesh has brought are Winding Constrictor, as I had mentioned, a green and a black. If one or more counters would be placed on an artifact or creature you control, that many of those counters +1 are placed on that permanent instead. If you get one or more counters, you get that many of those counters +1 instead. So that's right. That includes if, example, your opponent gives you some counters or like whatnot, like somehow, then that also doubles. So Rishkar Pima Renegade also is another way to get counters. When it enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and each creature you control with a counter on it taps to add a green mana. And of course, the big Gear Hulk, Verdurous Gear Hulk, 5 mana, trample. When it enters the battlefield, distribute 4 1/1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. So with that, you're able to get 2 counters per distribution, right, off of the Winding Constrictor, as you all know, when you split it up amongst 4 different targets. So there's a lot of synergies here, and it all relies on the 1/1 counter plan. I chose to go Golgari as opposed to Abzan, though I know there are some cards in white that help with this archetype. I just wanted to make sure our mana base is a little more consistent. So without holding up any longer, let's see how this deck does. I will keep this. I see that the opponent's got a Lurrus, so I'm probably going to just keep Scavenging Ooze. All right, so it's Rakdos Pyro. Huh. Thoughtseize seems good. So they'll probably take my Ooze from here. Murderous Rider doesn't seem like that big an issue right now. Oh, well, I'd like to return the favor. Except I think they're happy to discard a card. Sure. I'll just throw away the Pyromancer now. Or maybe I should have thrown away the Stitcher Supplier. Because now they like, by throwing away the Stitcher Supplier, they don't get to fill their yard up. I mean, I drew that Thoughtseize, so it was kind of just known information that I had nothing there. Yup. Yeah, probably should have thrown away the Stitcher Supplier. I mean, well, but then I wouldn't be able to kill the young Pyro. I don't know. Little problematic. We are not drawing much of anything this game right now. We have got a lot of lands. I might want to just go down lands. What am I playing, 24? No, I should probably play 24 lands. That seems like the responsible thing to do. All right, so let's see what the opponent has here. So I'm gonna try, and I mean like I gotta kill that Lurrus, because if that Lurrus survives, I'm in so much trouble. Oh, please let me find a Scavenging Ooze. Let me find a Scavenging Ooze before this becomes a huge problem. Like, I'm already in trouble because they've got this full graveyard, but Scavenging Ooze, please come back. Silly Thoughtseize taking all my stuff. Alright, well, I guess I get to play a Thoughtseize. Hold, let me think here. How much health is that? Alright, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and rip the Lurrus. At this point, they're going to be able to just get me to throw away a good amount of stuff, right? I mean, you can do multiple things. You can actually swing with the Dreadhorde Arcanist, casting Claim, reanimating something that isn't Lurrus. I probably should have just played the Crawling Barrens. That's probably the better... Because, like, if I'm going to lose both my lands, I should have probably played the Crawling Barrens. Oh, nice. Well, hold on. They should have probably just gotten Claim. Because now they just took 2 damage for nothing. I mean, I guess they don't have to do that. They could always just save that for later. But if we don't find something to kill this this Kroxa right now, we're in a lot of trouble. Brighter side, at least they're eating up a lot of their yard. Come on, deck. Give me a Fatal Push. Give me a Fatal Push. Let's go. So I take 3. Down to 11. They can also reanimate here. Bring back that young Pyromancer. Yep. Polukranos. That is Not useful. Alright. I guess we just pass. I mean, we're gonna have to try to block Kroxa, go down to 8. They don't have removal in the graveyard, so that's good news. They have Thoughtseize and Claim. Alright. So they put me down to 8 this turn if they attack. I just have to hope they don't have removal. If they do, it needs to be like Fatal Push or something where they don't have Revolt right now. And then Pelucranos will die, thus giving me the ability to just... Let me see, how many cards does this need? To exile 6 other cards? Okay. So when that dies, it grows my Grokma. They'll have to eat up their yard to go ahead and play a Kroxa again. Or do I just get fancy and say, you know what? Whatever. I could... No. I can't just take that. I for a second thought about it. What if I just took all of that? So they play it again, and that's another chunk of health. I mean, I need to do 2 things here. I need to, first off, wait, hold on. Whenever the creature dies, if it had multiple 1/1 counters on it. Enters the battle, whenever another creature control dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, put a 1/1 counter on Grokma. Why did it not get anything? Huh? Oh, well. Clearly there's something incorrect here. Oh, right, because it loses all 1/1 counters due to the damage from the Kroxa. All right, opponent. I wish we had like a Winding Constrictor early, because then this way I wouldn't, then we would have actually gotten a pretty good head start. But I kept a land. I saw Lurrus. I figured, Scavenging Ooze is probably good enough to keep. I mean, if the opponent just waits, next turn they can just go, if they have a land, they can Fame. They can also hasten their Kroxa. They just need 1 more red source. I don't know what cards are in their hand, but I imagine that they're not too relevant right now. If they had removal, they would have probably used it. Oh, that is such a good draw. Thank you, deck. Thank you. Kroxa down. In with combat we go. All right. So let's see what happens now. I mean, we drew the perfect thing. I'm going to go ahead and just eat that Lurrus so they can have the Stitcher Supplier. I'm okay with that. All right, they didn't hit removal, so that's good. Oh, that's so sick right now. Oh my gosh. We're about to have very, very big very big creatures here. See, how do we want to go about this? I don't like letting my opponent have cards, or cards they can play with. If I'm being honest. Let's see what they mill off the top here. If they send everything in front, not the end of the world, right? Now let's see what they mill. Alright, sweet. I kind of just want to keep holding up my mana here. Make it so that whatever they try to bring back just doesn't do anything. So we can eat both the creatures in the graveyard, then eventually work our way towards eating all the Fames in their graveyard. Oh, alright. You got it. There goes my Verdurous Gearhulk. I didn't want to play the Gearhulk yet because I felt like there was still more things to eat out of their graveyard, and there apparently still is. So. Okay. Alright. And let's just continue gobbling up the graveyard. Seems good. Alright. As you were, opponent. As you were. I guess, they could go and cast Village Rites, but that's fine. They have to sack something, so sure, go ahead. And I know that Young Pyromancer makes that kind of like a free card, but we gotta just keep punching through here. Do they have Fatal Push or something like that? They do not. Alright. Let's keep the train going. I just have to be mindful that they could potentially have, does anything else matter in this graveyard of theirs? No, not really. I don't have any cards to hold on to. And at worst case scenario, I have to start eating out of my own graveyard to gain life. So they have 5 cards now. They have to eat the rest of their graveyard. Okay. Sure. So I'm going to eat the 2 Fames before they can give it haste. I think I have them dead no matter what, though. Why did they... Okay, I'm okay with that. Sure. Seems good. Alright. Well, we gained a life off of that, so that felt nice. So that means even if they remove this Rishkar, we're going to be okay. And then now we just animate the Crawling Barrens and attack. So, seems good. We probably want to bring in Grafdigger's Cage against this opponent. Some weird reason, I don't know why. What it is about this deck. Feel like I gotta have one of those. Weird. Can I out-Thoughtseize the Thoughtseize deck here? Like, this opponent is mono discard attack my hand, right? So I feel like I'm gonna treat this like modern Jund Mirror, right? Or a Golgari Rock Mirror. I probably want to fight for board and not really try to play that game of, oh, well, top decking Thoughtseize does feel bad. So I'm gonna go down on all the Thoughtseizes there. Stone Coil Serpent, well, the Stone Coil Stunner does block the Croxas all day. The Luris, yes. Okay. I think I'll keep, like, yeah, I'll keep it in. Branching Evolution, probably not needed here. Verdurous Gearhulk, didn't get to play it. My opponent blew it up before I could, unfortunately. This is a hand I can pretty much keep. This hurts a little bit to see when you have a Crawling Barrens, but if we draw any green or black source, we're good. Alright, we'll start off with Castle Lock Twain, so then we can go ahead and play Winding Constrictor. See if they Fatal Push this, or Thoughtseize me or something. Oh boy, oh boy. I might have to kill that. How often is it that they just don't have anything, right? Like, it's so rare. I think I'm gonna just kill it. I'm just gonna kill it. Because if they just go Thoughtseize, attack, Thoughtseize, we lose a lot of cards. I can't allow that. Okay. Oh, that's a Woodland Cemetery. Whatever. Could have played Bestiary this turn. Started setting up next turn. Alright, Bloodchief's Thirst. That's pretty good. I don't know how I'm going to stop this young Pyro from overrunning us, though. I guess I've got to hope, right? Here we go. Like, they can just use the Bloodchief's Thirst, spend 3 more mana, but then it gets that last copy out of their hand. Then next turn I can just go ahead and play Lifecrafter's Bestiary. I got to get some of this removal out of their hands. Because I want to keep the Glint Sleeve and the Rishkar to just kind of keep, like, to get some more value off this card. Of course, this takes some setup, but... And if they are trying to do anything else this turn... Oh, no. Sure. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and discard a Swamp then. Alright. Dealt with. Cool. Do they have another land? Please don't have another land. Please don't have another land. Dang it, they had another land. Alright. Seems reasonable. Okay. I probably need to find... Like, is it worth ever bringing in Witch's Vengeance against this opponent? I'm not really sure. I'm going to play this again, because, I mean, we drew one, so why not? So now they have no more... Oh... Oh, wait, hold on. That's a 2 CMC. All right, cool. However, they are very close to playing this Croxa here. So I kind of need them to... I need to find something like a Scavenging Ooze to eat up this graveyard as soon as possible. I will not block the Stitcher Supplier. I also have to keep in mind that they will snap block with that Stitcher Supplier. Sure, Luris into hand's pretty good. Wow, I actually drew it. All right, cool. I actually drew what I needed. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Alright. Oh, come on. They drew another one anyways. Darn it. That was my out to get rid of it. And then they found another Croxa, unfortunately. Another Croxa meaning what for us now? Well, at least they eat up most of their graveyard in order to play it. Alright. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Okay. Yep. Yep. We need to find a Grafdigger's Cage right now. Like, if I'm drawing what I want, the next thing I need is a Grafdigger's Cage. Please, deck. Please. Sure. Alright, there goes Rishkar. That's not great. Huh. So, if we don't draw the Grafdigger's Cage, we are in so much trouble right now. Oh, boy. Because, like, then they just go off next turn. They can just start playing, they could play Croxa. Oh, no. Alright, well, not bad, I guess. I can just keep eating up the yard here, right? So I need to fight something. It's gotta be Lurrus, right? They have removal in the graveyard, but they have to get more power off of their little critter here, so I guess that's okay. Oh, I guess they can, right? Because they're going to cast that Fame. But I just eat whatever they try to cast with it. So I want them to spend the mana, because they're going to do it anyways. Oh, come on. Another one? Alright, sure. Got it. Alright, so if they don't... They should probably play this Kroxa right now. Sure. Opponent, you got it. 3 power. What would you like to swing in and do with that? So whichever one they target is the one that I'm just going to eat up. Activate. Let's go and target Feed the Swarm. Let's go to blocks. Alright, so there goes that problematic card in Arcanist. Probably going to have to eat up this Kroxa. I'm going to play the Bestiary now. We kind of have to hang back still because I don't actually have that much health to play with. They've got an army of blockers. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Sometimes it happens. You just get Thoughtseize. But at least we got the Bestiary down before that happened. So that's good. Yep. There we go. So we only take 3 this turn. Polukranos loses a point in health, but we're going to just make Polukranos fight next turn. Alright, so let's get Lurrus out of there. I think I'm going to keep that. That allows me to actually play my my Polukranos in the yard. Sweet. Alright, the last line of defense is our little Ooze. Little Oozivert. There you go, bud. Come on. Come on, little Oozy, that could. Eating up everything out of the opponent's yard right now, so I'm a fan of that. I am not a fan of, however, whatever the opponent's about to do. They shocked for this? They're shocking. That what is that, like a Agadeem's Awakening? They only have 1 and a 2, but we'll eat up whatever 1 and 2s they have, so sure. Once again, just continue blocking the tokens down. Because I do not want this opponent to keep filling their graveyard up with, like, shenanigans. Whichever one you target, buddy, that's the one I'm eating. Alright. That one. I remember back in the old interface how difficult this was, figuring out which one the opponent targeted, because that was also like a little mini game within itself. Oh, yeah. Alright. And now we have a big 12-12. Alright, this seems good. We're going to attack now. Can't pay for that, unfortunately. Alright, maybe I should have kept that for us. That would have let me draw a card, but I think I'm okay. I'd rather just get another spell, right? That's what I'm digging for anyways. All right, and we got there. Let's take the play. I don't think this is a hand I can keep. This is not much better than the last one, but I guess it has lands, so sure. We'll run it. We'll run it. Do I want the Crawling Barrens? I think I'd rather push back a land, keep the Gear Hulk, because we seem to be a little threat light with this hand. So we're just going to go with some good old mid-range magic. Hopefully it works. Probably want all the color sources I can get then. Fatal Push has been such a welcomed addition to the format. Ah. Alright, deck. Please. Show me the good stuff. Alright, green. Oh, wow. And look at us go. Drawing that 2-drop when we need it. I like how the Shuffler works. I see why you did that. So in case this got Thoughtseized. Looking out for me, huh, Shuffler? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh-oh, it's banned. Uh-oh, there's Uro, probably. Alright, do you want to take 2 damage? Nice. I should probably hold up my mana. There's a chance they just play, like, some... What, like, maybe a... They're almost at 5 fairy. So Big Teferi's almost about to hit the board, so I should probably keep this Murderous Rider ready for that. Okay, yeah. So it's a Super Friends deck. So it's a Super Friends deck. I think I should probably... I don't know. I'm going to play a second body. I'm going to play a second body. If they censor me, whatever. I'm doubling this so that this way they have to sweep. I mean, like, right, we have 2 threats now. You must have a planeswalker, or I mean a board wipe somewhere.
I protect. Behold, nature's true power.
They're definitely looking for one now if they didn't have one before. Huh. 2/2. I shock. I play Gear Hulk. Wow. All right. All right.
I need.
So that means their turn's done at least. Pact of Negation, so they play Gideon. They're Gideon gamers, aren't they? They definitely are Gideon gamers. Let's present lethal. All right, Uro. So they are super friends, but what? So like all the planeswalkers that are available to them are all the Nissas, Teferi. Yeah, I think that's game for them unless they have a sweeper right here for 3 mana. Yeah, that's it. GG's. All right, we got the matchup, or we got the game. This matchup will be interesting. I think I want almost everything here. Okay, and definitely bringing in the Bloodchief's Thirst, the Noxious Grasps. Probably need to be able to kind of value or keep up with my opponent's value, right? So I'll just go ahead and bring in Bestiary. Don't need the Grafdigger's Cage here. At least I don't think so. I just have to assume that, yeah, they have Uro, but, like, I don't know if that's enough of a reason for us to bring that in, because we just have little Scoozy. Little Scoozy can help with that. Okay. So they showed Nissa. They play Pact of Negation. They probably play Gideon on top of that, because they play Pact. That makes sense. 5 Fairy, but 3 mana Nissa is irrelevant. She doesn't do anything to target my stuff, so it's just 5 Fairy that Stone Coil has protection from. Still worth, I guess. And let's see, what else do we need here in this match? Probably go down to Pelucranos, right? Pelucranos is just like a big vanilla body, so yeah. I will keep this hand. We have a Thoughtseize. We have a 2-drop that's actually pretty solid for this matchup if they are trying to just get tons of cards in the yard. I can also just play Stone Coil Steve Austin. We just need to draw lands. Colored mana sources. I gotta be specific. Shuffler's always listening. Colored mana sources, thank you. All right, so I don't like any of these. I could just disrupt their early game, right? Because, I mean, they're not going to pact me anytime early. I rip the ability for them to, like, continue to, like, draw, do stuff, whatever. That's great, right? No ramp for the opponent. I'm going to go ahead and play a little Scoos. Would you like to Pact of Negation me? Let's go to combat first. How about now? Would you like to Pact of Negation me? I mean, you never know. The opponent might have that they want to fire that off immediately. They got that trigger finger ready. Pact of Negation right now. Do it. You won't. I dare you. Please do it. Anytime before 5 mana is what I meant. Wrath of God. All right. Huh. Let's go for 2. That should put 3, right? Okay. Do they have another Wrath? If they just play ECD here right off the bat, I'm going to go and fire off this Verder's Gearhulk, force them to use that Pact. Because, I mean, ECD doesn't do anything, although I don't know why they would. It doesn't reanimate anything. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty... Okay, land, untap land. All right, this will definitely get them to use it. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I just wait. Oh, but if they tap out, they're dead the following turn. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. They have to counter this. This cannot resolve. All right. And so now they're dead next turn, right? Because, like, they have to pay the mana. I don't know how they're going to sweep the board with for free, at least. GG's, and we got there. All right. I'll take the play. This is a mulligan. This is much better to an extent. So we get to go cast that. All right, yeah, I'm going to push that back. Let's play the Swamp, play the Forest, play Glint Sleeve. Hope that we can get there. This is a pretty awkwardly fair hand. It's almost too fair. I think that's the issue. Too fair, too furious. I don't know how we're going to actually survive if they have a good start. I think they mulligan twice, so that's the only thing that we've got going for us right now. Yeah, let's go ahead. Fire that off. Oh no, this is going to be bad for us. Anything with Witch's Oven is usually a bad time for us. Like, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to steal this. It's probably Jund Sacrifice. Yeah, okay, it is. I'll block. Snap block. Sure. I wish I had this earlier before I snap blocked, but I guess it's all the same, right? Because they would have still killed my glint sleeve. Alright, perfect. So we're going to fight down this Priest of Forgotten Gods here. Actually, I should wait. Like, I'm not actually sure how important that card is right now. Like, if they... Okay, if they have Woe Strider, that's bad. If they have Mayhem Devil or something along those lines, then I'm in a very, very bad spot. So, but for right now, I'm just going to play Glint Sleeve. Like, the only thing that they'd have to really make sure that I regret letting them have that Priest is a Woe Strider. So we're just going to hope they don't have it. They don't have it. See? Whew. I was sweating. Very nervously sweating. What do we want now? Little Scoozy Vert's good here. Maelstrom Pulse is always nice. Wilt? Yeah, why not? Sure. More removal, never hurt. Thoughtseize is kind of useless here. Let's take out Pelucranos because we have Graph Digger's Cage now. Ooh. No removal, though. Little light on answers early outside of this Murderous Rider. Maelstrom Pulse is nice. Is this a risky keep? I think it is. Yeah, let's keep it. All right. Risky, you say. All right, I'm in. All right, we can blow that up. All right, deck. Give me lands. That's what we need right now. Just lands. Not asking for a lot. Thank you. Sweet, sweet game. Thank you. Play multiple ovens, opponent. You won't. All right. Sure. I don't know what I want to do about that card yet. Do I kill the Priest or do I get rid of the oven? Or do I just get on board? I think I have to kill this oven. This oven's so problematic. It does so much for the opponent that I think I can't let them keep that. Not when they have a Priest here and like that. Like, at least I can just kill the Priest with Murderous Rider without them sacking it. And look at that, we got there. I will keep. Seems like a pretty good start. We've got Fatal Push. We've got a 2-drop that we'd like. I don't know what they're doing, but it probably isn't good that I let them keep that Llanowar Elf. Green-red. All right, sweet. So it's Gruul aggro. There is a discussion for me to wait to play this Ooze. This means it doesn't get stomped. This means it doesn't get, like... Yeah, it's getting stomped. But I guess we get to keep them from playing something this turn. Not the end. Sure. That was a turn to play the Overgrown Tomb. That was a turn to play the Overgrown Tomb. If they make these fight, then that'll be unfortunate, but I'm not blocking, so you got it. No blocks for me, friend. No blocks for me. Make you respect that I might have a Fatal Push. I don't. Alright, so now I probably will... I still won't block, actually. There's no reason to. I mean, not with the Winding Constrictor. I will block with the Grokmaw, but, like, not with Constrictor. Because, like, Grokmaw just gives me another body anyway, so I'm okay with that. Alright, sweet. So, we net another body. Right? Because Grokmaw just essentially traded. It's like a removal spell, kinda. Alright, Llanowar Elf, so we're probably looking at Embercleave, aren't we? Yeah, we're looking at Embercleave. This is a cleave turn. So, with that being said, that means we put this onto the board. That's 3. We just go for this. So... this means that whichever one we don't block, is getting the cleave, right? But I feel like with this, the way our board is currently set up, everything survives, and no matter what, we just send one in front of everything that, like, attacks. They need a second red, so we are still okay on that front, but... Huh. If we can find another Verdurous Gearhulk, it almost doesn't matter that they have an Embercleave. Alright. I'll just kill, I'll kill it with the 6/6. 2, so that means we could do that for 1. That gets 3. Let's just do this now. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the big snake. Leave Verder's Gearhulk behind. I don't mind trading that into, like, whatever Embercleave shenanigans that there might be. And then we're going to go, next turn we're going to go Constrictor. And then play Stone Coil for 3, which makes it a 5. Now, what are they doing? Like, they have Embercleave. It's apparent they have Embercleave. They're just waiting to get that second red source. Right now, the good news is that everything we do is pretty much bigger than... Huh. I don't think it's worth it. I know what's in their hand. You know what? If they'd like to trade, I'm willing. I'm open to it. I should have attacked. I should have swung out. I realized that. I could have just swung out. Because they're at 10. I didn't pay attention to their life total. I mean, not that it really matters. I'm pretty much still likely to win this. But in any other situation, that could have been pretty bad, right? So what happens when you play a bunch of control decks? You forget that you can attack with creatures. Combat math is hard. Oh, boy. Silly me. Did I just bring a Wilton? I feel like I boarded something that I didn't want. Pelucranos is good here. Grokma was solid. Branching Evolution might be too slow in this matchup. Thoughtseize just seems like a free way to have my opponent punch me. Which I do not want, believe it or not. We could just keep a Wilt in for their Embercleave. I think I'm going to play one Witch's Vengeance. I don't know what type is real. There's no one type that's really prominent in their deck. So this is more so just once again going to be a 1-for-1 removal and at best like a Bile Blight kind of effect. Maelstrom Pulse is removal. Crawling Barrens is a bit slow. We have a 2-drop. You know what? I'll keep this. We'll play Ooze on 2. We'll see if we can get them to slow their roll again. Hopefully they don't have Elf. If they have an Elf, that's going to be a problem, but looks like they do. Yep. All right. Sure, opponent. There you go. Look at that. Blooming Marsh pass. You get to keep your Elf. Go wild. There it is. There it is. Alright, so what are they going to play this upcoming turn? They exert, I can't block, so... But if they exert, that means I have to turn off from that card. Like, I just need to throw stuff in front of their creatures right now to slow their game down. Make them deal with the Scavenging Ooze. Burning Tree into, like, Stomp? That's pretty good. Yep. Alright. Take 4. Can't block this turn. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and play it. Grakmaw seems like the card I want right now. Even if they kill it, I get a body. However, Embercleave is like the end here for us, but we're just going to hope they don't have that. Alright, sure. Oh, we snap block the... Oh no, I guess it's exerting, so we don't block anything. We just take that, all of that. Thank you. Interesting. So, I'm looking at almost certain death here. They sacrifice the tapped creature, obviously, so I'm going to play this for 1. Pulse the Girl Spellbreaker, the Girl Springbreaker. Pass to the opponent. Hope they don't have Embercleave. We need to draw an untapped land here that isn't painful, so this way I can play Verdurous Gearhulk. Grow at least my creatures a little bit more. Stone Coil's nice because it has protection from multicolored, so I can just go ahead and block that. Oh, okay, well, we're naming Elf if we find Witch's Vengeance. Spellbreaker. Girl Springbreaker. Oh, boy. So one of our things is not blocking this turn, huh? Guess which one are they going to send here to our face? That has Trample, so we get rid of that. That grows. That attacks again. We can't block, so we're still taking all the damage that we would normally. We make them sacrifice. They probably would still sacrifice the Spellbreaker. Swing with these. Yada, yada, yada. That's 3, 5, 7. Yeah, that's it. That's good. That's good. Alright, so we want as much removal as possible in this matchup. Let's bring in more, like, stuff that just doesn't die to Stomp. That's another thing. Like, I feel like Glint Sleeve, though, like, is decent. This isn't the matchup for it. I'll keep. See how much removal's in here? Heck yeah. There's so much removal in this hand. And a Scooze. This time we're going to wait on the Scooze. We have enough removal to where we can just hang out for a little bit. Wait for them to fill up the board. Unfortunately, Noxious Grasp doesn't kill their on-crop duster or whatever you want to call it, but the thing here is Yeah, like the card is a problem. Belt Collector, okay. Yeah, we wait a turn so I can at least get a counter on Scavenging Ooze so it just doesn't die to a simple stomp. I also should have probably played Blooming Marsh. Very nice. I'm gonna go ahead, eat that Pelt Collector now. And then we'll go ahead and just kind of like hang out for a little bit, right? Make them play more of their stuff out. I mean, right now I've got Maelstrom Pulse to deal with this ooze, but it blows up my own ooze, which is the only thing I don't like. But maybe I should have actually... Hold on, I just realized that this kills everything, doesn't it? Yeah, with the same name. Probably should have just killed this, let that go through. Okay. At this point now, I think we're on a different plan where we're just going to go ahead and just name a different type. And then try to eat up their yard. Giant. All right. Let's just keep eating up oozes, or eating up all the stuff. If only I could find a window to where I can slam this down and kill the Scavenging Ooze. That'd be the best case scenario. So I need to find Fatal Push or something like that. I'm not going to block this Questing Beast. Alright. Pass. So now I'm going to try to just pump Crawling Barrens long enough to just survive, right? And then if they play... Even if they Ember Cleave me, it's not the end of the world. They can cleave me now. There you go. Yep. You got it. Nothing in my yard, I know that much. I've only played removal spells. And I made sure to eat all of your creatures. We do take some damage, but that's fine. We got rid of the ooze. I'm going to go ahead and play Winding Constrictor. Go ahead and eat their ooze. Eat my own ooze. And now pass. And then we're going to play Crawling Barrens to keep growing it. This should make it so that it gets, what, 3/1/1 counters? That's pretty good. I think the opponent's got to set up to where their turn is revolving around them. Equipping Embercleave, then the next turn play Hashep Oasis. Or Crack Hashep Oasis. Because they do not have enough mana as is to just do both. And let's say they do both, that's what? That's 6, so that's 12 damage. Oh, wow. That's so good. Primal Might. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. Oh, that Primal Might was such a blowout. Oh, but that's good. Oh, well, that's also good, I guess. All right, dope. So they equip. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. I don't even think I would block, to be honest with you. Right? Because I have lethal. Right now I have lethal. I animate Crawling Barrens, swing out. There's no way they would have enough mana to play something, plus equip Embercleave, and pop Hashep Oasis. So, alright. Very nice. Let's see, how do we go about this? So that's 10, so then that becomes 6, that's 12, that's still 14 damage. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Yep, seems good. Alright, so I have a 4/4, so that makes it so that I don't take as much damage here. They pop that. Am I dead? Alright, so am I dead? I am not dead. Alright, cool! So now we get to go and animate the Crawling Barrens and swing in. Oh, well that wasn't lethal at all, because turns out that doesn't get any extra counters. Womp. I keep. This has got to be a pretty solid hand. I mean, this is a pretty good curve. Oh, if it's against mono red, then that's got to be an even better curve, right? Yeah. Alright, so it's got to be mono red. I'm pretty sure the opponent's on mono red. Oh, the one lander tells me their hand is very good. Because they obviously don't have lands, so they clearly just have all gas. Alright. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Let's just curve out as best we can. They're going to start withering away at our stuff here with that Soulscar Mage. Alright. Legitimately just gonna keep playing bigger bodies. That's all I can do, really. I don't have anything to remove this Soulscar Mage. And it's funny, they're on one land, and this Soulscar Mage and the burn spells that are all in their hand are gonna destroy us if we aren't careful. Mono red, 3 strong, 5 me. Alright. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and play this now. Split this up across the board. And there we go! We got game 1. Whew! Feels good. Feels good. Witch's Vengeance, because we're gonna need that. No Thought Seizes against the deck that wants me to hit myself. Branching Evolution might be kind of decent here, right? All of our stuff just kind of just grows out of the control, right, for the opponent. Yep. All right, I think this is good. What's the one cut now? Probably Rishkar. Oh, no lands? No, thank you. Although my opponent kept a 1-lander last game, I cannot follow. Actually, that's removal. That's kind of good. That can be removal, right? So I think I'm going to let that go. All right. Blooming Marsh, meaning what now? So the opponent probably can trigger light up the stage this turn. Yup. And they've got another. Ooh, that's really good. 2 light up the stages? That's really good. All right. Well, I'm going to play something that does not die to a stomp or a shock effect. This way, they have to spend mana to kill it. If they play any of these hasters... Oh, they've definitely got Wizard's Retort. Please don't eat my land with Robber. Please don't eat my land. I know you're going to play Robber. You have a 1-mana burn spell. That's probably Wizard's Lightning, right? Or they can just gum up the board. Great news, though. Witch's Vengeance can name humans against this opponent, so good thing I brought that in. Don't need that yet. What I need is a land and then the Witch's Vengeance. Ah, all right, that's another way to do it. Solid. Well, at least they don't get Robber of the Riches out of that. I'm happy about that. Huh. What if I just play a Scavenging Ooze? Out in the open. What's the worst that happens? A lot. Actually, a whole lot. We're killing everything. Well, wait. This is instant speed, so I can hold for a bit. Then I play Ooze. I'll go ahead and eat something out of the opponent's yard. And I realized I still have a Murderous Rider, so you know what? I'll go ahead and kill this now, too. So if you play Soul Scar, I can still answer it. Oh, they definitely got removal. We're going to make him use it, though. Here. Kill this 2-1 that hits me every time when I want to draw a card. I'm sure... I definitely need this. You don't want me to draw cards, right, opponent? That'd be weird. Oh, no, they're about to play Hazoret. They can't attack yet, but... Ouch. Light up the stage again. Ouch. Alright, at least they can't kill my stuff on this turn, so they're playing Hazoret this next turn, though. I need a land? I can't take 5, but I do need a land, right? So I kind of got to use this Glint Sleeve to draw. They play Hazoret. Hazoret goes swinging in. I go down to 5. Oh, that's a bummer. If I didn't get stuck on lands for like these last 30 turns, I probably would have been able to do something, but... Interesting. I think we have to play the Murderous Rider as a body, and then I'm going to have to go play Verdurous Gearhulk. If I draw a land, of course. That isn't tapped. Dang it. Alright. I guess we pass. If only I can make that... if I can make this just a little bit bigger, I can block Hazoret for days. Alright, so they're just sending every burn spell at my face. We're about to punish them for that. 2 5/6s. That should be good enough to protect us from a Hazoret. We gain 5 life back up to 10. We Verdurous Gearhulk chump block. All right, and it looks like we take this game. Whoo! Good game. Well, we got the 5-0. One of the matches, I would say it's really 4-0, because one of the matches the opponent just seems like they kind of got stuck with a pretty loose hand, so it led to an early concession. So, I don't know. Maybe that game could have played out differently, but for the most part, I would say we locked in for sure 4 wins. But the thing here is, this looks a lot better when you think about like the matches we got paired against. But of the 5 matches, not a single one of them was a control deck like Dimir Control, which is also getting popular right now with Gearhulk and, Commit to Memory. And we didn't get paired against Goblins. However, against like mono red decks and whatnot, I can imagine how this deck would be kind of difficult for them to deal with, considering the fact that our creatures get very big. And as you saw against Gruul, where, like when we have creatures that are big enough to where we can efficiently block an Embercleave, that can be a problem. for the opponent, not for us, obviously. So yeah, but the Kaladesh cards really did help. Gearhulk really did some solid work there. A lot of heavy lifting by the Gearhulk. Lifecrafter's Bestiary, an interesting card and pretty sweet out of the sideboard to help us grind out the long game against a decent amount of opponents. And yeah, like overall the deck felt like, I can't say how it does against aggro. I still think our Goblins matchup must be miserable. That's why I have the 2 Witches' Vengeances in the sideboard. But we didn't get paired against it this video, so we got lucky there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I do appreciate y'all supporting the content. Feel free to leave a like and a sub and hit the bell icon to be notified when a brand new video goes up. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out and supporting the content as always. And as always, once again, your friendly neighborhood Asian Avenger signing out.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.